Hi, I'm Brooklyn.
Hi, I'm Maddie.
And this is the Hear Me Out podcast.
So we recently decided to do a podcast. We tend to think we're kind of funny. I don't know how true that is, but a lot of people say that we're funny and that we should start a podcast for people to listen to. So I think we've been talking about this for like a year and a half at this point, and we finally were just like, you know what, we'll do it. So
yeah. So a little bit about us. We have lived together for 3 years.
3 years at this point, yeah.
I guess going on 3 years. And we met first year of college, lived in the dorms together, got an apartment, roughed it in the dorms. We really had it so
Still
good.
Technically roughing it now.
We had it so good though. We really did in the dorms. Better
Mm-hmm.
than most people. We have a cat together.
Her name is Millie.
Her name is Millie. She's going under the table or under
I'm
the
sure she'll pop up at some point
she'll,
together.
Yeah, she'll come hang out. Maybe
together at some point together. She'll pop up at some point.
Yeah. But I'll go ahead and let Maddie introduce herself, give a little bit about her, and then, yeah.
I'm Maddie. I am a senior at Texas Tech University. I'm majoring in kinesiology. And hopefully I plan to go to PT school after, so hopefully pediatric physical therapy. I came from a very small town called Snyder, Texas, and then moved to Lubbock when I was 18. Haven't ever lived anywhere else besides Snyder and Lubbock, so I have a dog. She's with my parents. Her name is Oakley. That's about it. That about sums me up, as I suffer from crippling anxiety. No, for real.
It's like, I don't suffer, I just have it.
I don't suffer, I just have it. That was a funny video.
I love that video.
Yeah, that basically sums me up. Introducing me.
Okay. I'm Brooklyn. I am a junior in college. I am actually currently not in college because we're working on ourselves right now.
That is okay too.
That is okay. My major is also kinesiology when I'm actually in the college. And that's actually why we kind of clicked so fast, is because we were both interested in going into PT school. I would probably do if I did
kick-ass people.
Yeah, we're just like that. If I did go into PT, I would probably do sports performance kind of things, sports rehab, stuff like that. I'm from Canyon, Texas. I went to high school, grew up there. Yeah. I'm training to be a personal trainer as well. I'm in courses for that. So hopefully in like April or May I'll be personal training full time. So
I know when people when you're like, tell me about yourself, I'm like,
yeah, no,
that's about it
there. But yeah, a little bit about us too. Our podcast has been in the works for a while.
Forever.
We started kind of making videos probably about a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we would just make them in our car, like while we were eating, or just even sitting. Like one time we made one while we were waiting for a prescription, and it's like my favorite video ever.
And we just started doing it for fun, and then we watched them, or each of us would edit. You mostly edited. I think I edited one video, but she would cut out and make like the funny parts of it, and we'd watch it and think it was hilarious, and so we'd show our close friends and sometimes family, and they thought it was hilarious, and that's kind of what sparked the interest into having a podcast.
Yeah. We if you hear background noise, it's my cat. She's wanting to get into everything. Sorry about that. But yeah, so we would show our friends and family, and they'd be like, y'all are so funny, like y'all should start a podcast. And although our podcast is going to be, here she comes.
There she is.
There she is. I don't know if you can even see her. She does not like that candle. Although, I also have a cat.
You said that.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But our friends would say, like, that we need to start a podcast, and it won't be edited the same. Those videos were more like TikTok vibe videos, like where you'd make them like super short. There really wasn't dialogue.
No, it was basically a whole long form video, like a podcast, but cut into just the funny parts of it.
Yeah, it was like 5 minutes of just funny clips.
Yeah.
Of us doing funny stuff, funny editing to make things that weren't that funny seem funny. And so we just decided to finally sit down and do a podcast.
Yeah.
That we can probably make just as funny. I feel like we can.
We definitely can, but those videos were more so just to be funny. This is more to just have a chat.
Hang out. And that actually goes perfectly into like our mission, how we want this podcast to be viewed, who we want it to be viewed by. Obviously, we welcome anybody that wants to be here. But this podcast is kind of going to be, chill after you get home from work, before you, like on your way to work, things like that. So we don't want it to ever feel like we're not probably going to talk about our personal lives too much, like get into serious stuff, because we just want it to be a lighthearted, stress-free kind of thing you listen to at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Or in the mornings when you're on your way to work, getting ready, whatever.
Because I think it's important to note that we are going to be filming this probably after school, after work. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of like, come hang out with us, because we're just chilling too, just having a little chat.
Mm-hmm. And we do try to, like, this isn't our job. This isn't something that we're like, okay, we're going to quit school, quit our jobs, and this is what we're going to put all our time into, because it's simply just for fun. We're just having a good time.
Yeah.
And we have been told by multiple people that they think it'd be a good idea. And so here we are at 7:30 on a Thursday filming a podcast episode. So
if none of y'all that told us we should start a podcast, none of y'all listen,
we have beef.
We're coming after you. I will be actually upset.
I will. If my dad or Harrison say anything about, oh, I didn't see this last week's episode. Okay.
Yeah, I have a real strong feeling Mason won't listen to them. Actually, I feel like he will, just to get the tea.
Maybe.
Like, I feel like he'll think I'll, like, slip up and say something on here.
Yeah.
This just isn't his vibe.
Yeah. And that's okay.
That's okay.
That's all right. He knows what he wants, and we love that about him.
We do love a man who knows what he wants.
Yeah. Because most of them don't.
Oh.
We won't get into that tonight.
Yeah, I know.
You ain't gotten that shit for free. That's from one of our videos.
That's from one of our videos.
One of our hilarious videos you'd be dying to see.
Maybe we'll do one where we show our videos. Maybe
we'll just post them.
That's a big step, but maybe.
Big step.
Yeah.
So we went on our Instagram stories and had people answer some questions, or ask some questions, I'm sorry. Just, obviously, it's our friends. Some of it is our friends. And so just things to get to know us better, or any questions they have about us starting a podcast. So
first question is, what's the pod going to discuss? I don't know that we have a specific, like, thing we're going to discuss. Like, it's not like a crime podcast or it's just kind of like what goes. What are we thinking of? What we think about?
It'll kind of be like lifestyle. We're going to have some people on. And so things that we relate to with that person, or things that we want to ask that person, that'll kind of be the topic of that episode. And then we probably will talk about just things that, are going around on social media, random stuff.
How life's going.
Yeah, just life, kind of lifestyle things. That's how I would consider it. It's just like lifestyle.
We are two college girls, so.
Yeah, just kind of like... And I feel like it'll help some college kids too. It's like that some of the things that we're going through that other people might be going through is like the same. Like everyone's going through some of the same things. So just kind of a good outlet to just hang out and chill.
Everything goes. Okay. What do y'all do for a living?
Well, I was a bartender not too long ago before Christmas break, and I quit that job. So as of right now, nothing. I'm going and doing personal training courses full time right now, and I'm looking for a job, but I'm pretty much just doing classes full time. So
I'm technically a full-time student, and then I work in social media marketing, which is so funny. I feel like this should be my jam. But I work in social media marketing for a small um, physical therapy sports development clinic here in Lubbock. We do a lot of stuff there, and I just do all the social media work for them, the marketing for them. I make anything you basically see around there. I make all that. I also babysit very often. I should be considered a full-time babysitter.
you're a nanny, basically.
And occasionally I help my grandma out. She owns her own business, so occasionally I help her out. Um, yeah, that's basically what I do, if you can consider that a living.
Do you know that someone asked on my story if we're going to make social media for the podcast? Short answer is yes. We're going to make an Instagram and a TikTok account.
Yes.
And obviously on the podcast platforms as well. So,
what do you do in your free time? I think this is a fun one.
oh, I do like this one.
I love reading. I always read. I like regular books, like actual physical books. I just recently got a Kindle and I'm loving that. So I do a lot of reading. Right now, I just got started journaling again. And I'm doing the little shadow work journal thing. Have you seen that on TikTok?
Mm-mm.
It's not necessarily a journal, it's a book.
No, you did. You did show me it the other day whenever you showed me your Christmas presents.
But I'm doing the shadow work book in like with a journal, so I'm doing both. I like doing that. I love watching movies. We like going to the gym when we actually feel like it.
Yeah.
We took a long break from the gym, but we just recently got back into sort of getting back into it.
Yeah.
What else do I like doing in my free time? I think that basically sums it up. I really love hanging out with people.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. But I feel like you also really like watching TV shows.
Yeah, I'm super into like reality TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to get more into long form. Like I'm trying to force myself. I know this gonna sound bad, but I'm trying to force myself off of TikTok just because it almost got banned, which is crazy.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that another time, but
we could
I just feel like short form is taking a lot of it's making my focus not so, and that's something
right.
I have to think about, like even in my job, is like how long I can make certain videos because people's attention span is like this now.
Yeah.
And they'll just slide off of videos.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to force myself off of that. But
that is a really good point because I feel like me, if I get a TikTok video that's like 3 minutes long, I watch the first 30 seconds of it and I'm like, okay, I know all I need to know.
Yeah.
You know, like unless it's like someone that I really love, like Avery Woods or Emily Kaiser or something like that, I don't watch the full video.
Yeah.
And so
unless it's a podcast.
Yeah, I do like watching like podcasts.
But again, that's more so on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, what do you like to do in your free time?
In my free time, I'm a pretty crafty gal.
You are.
I like to craft a lot. Like
she thought out most of this.
I feel like I find myself just doing random crafts. Like things just come up and I like will just instead of going and buying something, I'll just do it myself, at least try. I love hanging out with my friends. Oh no, I like to go out. I like to not party, I wouldn't say, but I like that scene of hanging out, watching a football game. I love football, so I like to watch that out at a bar rather than at home most of the time. I like to cook.
You do love to cook.
I love to cook.
Brookie's a very good cooker.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm also very into all of the Chicago, what is that called? The trifecta?
Yeah. That's actually a perfect word
Chicago
for
Med,
it.
Chicago PD, and Chicago Fire. I'm obsessed with all of them. I just finished Chicago PD. Did I tell you that?
Mm-mm.
I finished it last night.
Really?
Actually, 3 new episodes came out today of each one. But yeah, I say I don't know. I just gave like 10 examples, but that's kind of just me. I like to do those things. I used to love to read.
The thing, reading is so hard. And I'm just one of those lucky people that like just about anything I read. Besides, like, well, I don't know. I read the whole Elon Musk autobiography. I've read Prince Harry's autobiography, but I just got blessed to like all of that. I feel like you need more so something that you can really delve into, like Verity.
Yeah, I really loved all of, I say all of, I've read like, what, 4 of her books now, Colleen Hoover's. I like Colleen Hoover, but I do think they're all a little bit similar and they're all a little bit, what's the word? Like, niche, I guess.
Yeah.
They all kind of, they cater to a certain group of people, and I feel like I just have grown out of being in that group of people.
That's fair.
But yeah. Oh, hello. She's gonna
Hello, little
join
girl.
us.
Are you gonna sit with us?
This is Millie. I know I already probably said her name, but she's a sweetie. She's a sweetie pie. Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you say hi to the podcast? No.
She's just like, Mom, what is
Oh.
happening? Okay, so boyfriends or girlfriends, we don't judge.
We don't.
We don't. I have a boyfriend.
I also have a boyfriend.
His name's Mason. He's pretty cool. We've been together for like 9 months now, so we're getting into the relationship.
We're getting into it.
We're getting into like the thickets. I feel like we favor each other very well. He cooks, I clean, so
yeah, I feel like y'all are a good match.
We are.
I really like
y'all. Brooklyn was there the first day we met, and
I was there.
Literally that day, she said that we, like, what did you tell me?
It was so strange. Like, it was just how y'all interacted with each other before y'all even knew each other's names. Like, it was like we were going to go back and meet up with him and his friends later. And it was just like they instantly were like, well, we'll text each other. And it was like they instantly like exchanged numbers and started texting. It was like, it wasn't even a question who he was going to text out of the group of girls that we were with and who she was going to text out of the group of guys. It was just instantly they were like good friends. I don't know that y'all were ever really friends, really.
No.
Not for very long.
I always think about that. You know what, that song where it's like, we were never really friends, we were in love till the day we met, whatever. Yeah. That's so, but it's
kind of true.
Yeah. Like, there was no friendship period, like that all.
Yeah.
Within 3 days, we were a thing.
Yeah.
So.
My boyfriend's name is Harrison.
Hilly Millie.
He, we were bartenders at the same bar. And we met whenever I started working there. He worked there for a while, about a year longer than I did. But it was kind of the same thing. We just instantly kind of clicked. He definitely caught feelings faster than I did. Not faster, but like first. Before me. Yeah, first. And then once I started like talking to him at work, it was
in game.
It was, yeah. But we actually had so much in common. I think we'll actually have a question that touches on it later, but we just instantly like had a lot in common, started hanging out. So yeah, we've been together for, what did I decide on? It was like
5 months.
Yeah, five
solid months.
Yeah, we were going out on dates for about 6 months now. But we're getting an apartment together in July. So that'll be good. That'll be nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Any pets? We kind of already touched on this, but
yeah.
We have a cat named Millie, and she'll be present very often. We also have a dog. She's a golden retriever. Her name is Oakley. She currently lives with my parents, but we just have those two. We used to own some fish.
And I did have a little other cat for a while. Like a couple of weeks.
His name was Junie.
I rescued him from Home Depot.
Yeah. But yeah.
He has now found his forever family, and it's not ours.
Unfortunately, we could
Fortunately. Fortunately, he was a shithead.
He was a little bit of a mess.
It's okay, though. It's all right.
It's okay to not be okay sometimes.
He was a month old. He was barely off the tit at that point.
Yeah. Anyways.
Next question. So, one of them that I had on mine was the funniest person I know. And this one's kind of a little fun one. I honestly, it's literally me or you. My dad's hilarious. My dad and my sister really are so funny. But, like, I think for our kind of humor, it's me and you.
Yeah.
Like, we really are so funny if you get to know us and if you understand our humor.
I have a lot of funny people in my life.
Yeah.
So, I can't really pick one because we're all so similar, but it's you, my father.
Your dad is so funny.
My father is, for the longest time, was the only funny person I knew until I met her. Mason's funny.
Mason is pretty funny.
Mason's so funny, and I would say Aiden's funny too.
Yeah.
Like, y'all four, I think I laugh the most with.
I would say, yeah, that's like my top, is like me and you, and then obviously Liz and Harrison are both really funny.
I think you and Harrison are funny together.
Yeah, I think that together we tell a lot of
not
jokes.
Not to be mean, but I don't think he's that funny. But I think he's really funny with you. I think he picks up on your energy, and that makes him funny.
I think so. I think so too. But obviously,
Harrison,
see him all the time, and so I think that some things that he like little things that he does are so funny.
That's fair.
But my father and my sister are so funny. Yeah, and then like my 3 core friends, you, Liz, and Harrison, are all so funny. I just think that
I think we attract funny people.
I think so too. You know, well, does that mean opposites attract? I'm just kidding. I don't have any funny friends. Opposites attract, like, maybe we're not funny and everyone else around us is funny.
No, they're the problem.
We could never be the problem.
Anyways, I know some people wanted us to say them, but unfortunately,
not everyone can be funny. Not everyone can be the funniest person I know.
Yeah, no.
I just have a good group of funny friends, I think.
Speaking of, have you seen that trend where it's like, you're funny, and then it says,
yes.
Thanks. Like, mine would be like, you're funny, and I'd be like, thanks, I have crippling anxiety. Like,
you know what ours would be?
God, what?
It'd be like, y'all are so funny. We'd be like, thanks, we went through 4 sets of best friends and tried to date them. That would be ours.
Just tasty and scream. I think we really did get a lot funnier after that.
We did. It was character development, and that is simply it.
It was a mild case of, like, almost like bullying. That just makes you a little more funnier.
It was like God bullying us a little bit. It was like, here's these 2. Whoop, just kidding.
He's like, oh, you think you're going to try that again? Funny.
It's like the show, So You Think You Can Dance. It's like, So You Think You Can Date?
We also do that a lot.
We do.
Like, more than the average person. So, what's an interesting fact about us?
I guess mine would have to be my family owns a vineyard, and we sell our grapes to wineries in the hill country, which I knew we'd get back to this earlier because that's actually how me and Harrison, that's the first thing we had in common, is he used to work at a winery that we sell our grapes to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd say that's pretty interesting. Both things, that's how me and Harrison got so close, and just that we have a vineyard. I feel like that's not common, I guess.
It's not.
Yeah.
When you told me y'all had a vineyard, I was like, I don't even know that I knew what a vineyard, I did, but didn't know what a vineyard was about until I met you.
Yeah.
I never even liked wine until, well, I started liking wine with you, but my dad's recently become quite the wine connoisseur, and he's in his little wine journey, and so we found a couple of wines that we like, and I feel like I'm starting to get in my wine journey. Still can't touch the reds, though, unfortunately.
My thing with the reds is I get such a bad headache. I get such a bad headache with red, and I even get it a little bit with white just because of like the fermentation process and like aging and everything. You just do because of the tannins and everything. I don't know that white wine has tannins necessarily. It might. That'd be a Harrison question.
I would have no idea.
Not a me question. But the tannins in red wine is what gives you a headache and kind of what makes it so bitter. And they just bother me.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about you?
I used to be deathly afraid of needles, which is very funny because I forced myself to get over that so I could get a tattoo. Because my dad told me I wouldn't be able to get one unless I got over that fear, and so I forced myself to get over it. A real mind over matter. That really shows you how much your mind has over. Like, I know there's definitely some fears that you can't get over, like 100%, but like I just forced myself. I woke up one day and I was like, I'm not scared of needles, and just forced myself out of it. Yeah. Anyways, to continue, I'm gonna get certified in phlebotomy soon, so that's kind of interesting. Yeah. It's just interesting my journey from hating needles to loving getting poked by one and loving sticking other people with it. And I also started my first IV on my mom, which I think is fun.
That is cool.
Is a cute little story.
Her first tattoo was also a leg piece, a huge leg piece. The first one after she decided she wasn't going to be scared of needles anymore. It was just this huge leg piece.
Yeah. An 8-hour tattoo.
Yeah, for your first. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, my dad told me I couldn't get a rib tattoo as my first tattoo, and so...
I mean, it's understandable because you'd probably be scared of them after that.
Oh, 100%. After I got that one, I literally looked at my dad after I got because I recently, my last tattoo was a rib tattoo, but I looked at him and I was like, if you would have let me get this, I would have never came back ever in a million years. Yeah. That and the foot. My foot.
Yeah, your foot did hurt. I remember that.
But because I know that it doesn't hurt some places, I will still go back.
Yeah, there's some of mine that like I didn't even hardly feel.
Like your ear.
This one.
You didn't really feel your ear.
This one on the back of my arm, it only hurt on the edges of my arm. Like right here, it doesn't hurt. And then
I didn't feel this one.
This one didn't really hurt either. There's less places that hurt really bad. The first one always is going to hurt though, for anybody, I feel like. I feel like it's like, oh, that's a weird pain I've never felt before.
Yes, but that's how I would describe it.
Once you've had it, it's like, then you know what it feels like and it doesn't hurt anymore. Right. It's like more of a tickle. It's like a pinch.
Yeah. And I wish you'd get a tattoo big enough to like last like longer, because like after a while it's seriously like your body gets so used to it and it's just like, okay, this isn't gonna stop.
Yeah.
And like at some point you like, I almost fell asleep getting this one.
Yeah.
After so long.
I just don't know that I want one bad enough to get that big of one anywhere other than my back.
It's a big commitment. Any tattoo is a commitment, but getting one that big is a huge commitment.
Yeah. This one on the back of my arm was the one that took the longest. It took like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I mean, it felt the same the whole way through other than on this sides right there. But
I want one there.
It's really cool.
Just don't get one on the top of your foot or...
Oh, I probably won't.
And you have some on your ribs, but...
I don't think I want one on my legs at all. I think I'm more of a patchwork arm girly.
That's fair.
But
I think patchwork looks good on you.
Thank you.
I don't think it would look good on me, but I like patchwork, just not for myself.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Alrighty, what we got?
What are we most passionate about?
For like, I guess this would be like setting myself up for something, but like, I feel like I'm very passionate about setting my life up to be a good wife and a good mother.
So Mormon of you. She's not Mormon. That was a good one. So traditional of you.
Anyways, but I think that setting myself up for that life, like having that urge to like cook and clean, and even for like my boyfriend and my cat, like it's like I feed my cat like better quality food than most like animal parents do. Like I feed her fresh refrigerated food because
it's better for her and you want to
yeah,
take care
it's
of her.
better for her. I want her life to be as long and as enjoyable as possible. And so I feel like that is kind of setting me up to be a good mom.
Yeah.
There she is. Speak of the devil.
She's just jumping around. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'd really. Are you done? Are you done with your answer?
Done?
I would say I'm most passionate about kids. I love kids. I want to be a pediatric physical therapist. I love babysitting kids. I eventually want to have my own. I just love and adore kids and everything about them, even the hard times. Even like when I'm babysitting and they're like being crazy and wild, I still love them to death.
Yeah.
So if I could be around kids all day, I would. I just love them. And they say such the off the wall stuff.
Well, they have no filter.
No filter at all. And
like,
that's
and
why I love them. Because they don't care.
They don't care. And they honestly don't know most of the time, even like what they're saying. I do love kids.
Kids are great.
They are great. Don't know that I want them yet.
Ooh, no. I'm very happy with holding them and giving them back.
Yeah.
100%. I'm not in the realm of having one right now.
No.
That's just
no.
Not in the books for me. What are our strengths individually and together?
I would say I'm very outgoing, but not in a loud way. Like
not like an in your face way.
Yeah, like more of an optimistic way. Like I've been told before that I change the tone of a room, like when I walk in, not.
I have no idea what that was.
It's my Bose earbuds.
Technical difficulties.
And she doesn't even want to play with them. Okay, anyway.
Of course not. Why would she?
Millie. Go get it. Speaking in the, like, atmosphere of my old job, like, I feel like whenever I'd walk in, it would be, like, annoying, and I would just kind of try to lift people up. And so I feel like that's probably one of my biggest strengths. I feel like I can change the attitude of a room, maybe.
Cute. I love it.
Not trying to be full of myself, but I've been told that before, so. Okay, you go
now. Okay, so one of something I would say my biggest trait is my drive to do stuff, my focus, and also my slight OCD, but in a good way. Yeah. Like, it doesn't hinder my life in any way. No. I don't struggle. I just live with it.
Yeah. You're very organized.
I don't suffer from it. I just live with it. Anyways, but I use it in a good way. So I feel like I'm very organized, very put together without sounding, oh, I have my life together. No, I'm just a very put together. I don't have my life together, but aspects of my life are very put together.
She's been raising her yah every morning now.
I have. If you're not,
that's why your life isn't put together like Maddie's, because she's been
raise your yeah. Except you have to touch the chin too.
Raise your yeah. There we go.
That was kind of good.
Thank you.
And she can also sing.
Okay.
Please don't make us sing.
God, no. So the other one I had on my Instagram was a good closing question. What we plan to get out of our podcast, like kind of big picture thing. I don't know that we've thought that far.
No, but it's something we should think about.
Yeah, I think that obviously there's that slim chance that we make it into something bigger and like have, make it part of our like life.
And we joke about that, but that's not really our goal here.
No, our goal is to sit down, have a good time.
Mostly with people that we know, really.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, of course it's going to be great to, like, if we do have new people that come watch our videos.
I would
and,
love
like,
to have new people.
Yeah, but, like, I feel like most of our friends just got tired of us being like, did we show you our videos? Did you show you our videos? And so it's a good way to show them our
Are we the problem?
videos.
Are we obnoxious?
But I really do think it's a good thing to kind of, like, get into. I feel like we could learn a lot from, like, having people on, and we are going to have guests on. I don't know if I've said that, but I feel like it's a good way to talk to people, see different perspectives on things, and even, like, get to know our friends differently than we've seen them before. Because obviously whenever we're talking to them out at dinner, we're not talking about, like, deep stuff that, like, not necessarily deep stuff, but, like, different perspectives on things, I guess.
Yeah.
That, like, people want to listen to.
Yeah.
That aren't us. So,
yeah.
Do you have any long-term goals with our podcast?
My goal is just to sit down on this couch, chat,
laugh a little sometimes.
Laugh
maybe.
a little, and for everyone to hear me out.
And with that, the 2020
comes to an end. That's basically it. I just want to sit on the couch and have fun. That's what we want to do.
That's all.
We just want to sit and chat with y'all.
And be cozy, of course.
Of course. Yeah, we're not going to be dressing up and getting all fancy. There's no shot of that.
I do this shit with no effort.
No.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, thanks for hearing us out, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.